Come on, man. You can't grab somebody like that. Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. This is the first official video of 2025. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday and New Year celebrations. In this video, I'll tell you about Chinese submarine drone found in the Philippines by fishermen, police raid Jeju Air offices, Japan lifts travel advisory for parts of Mindanao, the New Orleans incident, and more, beginning with the peso to USD exchange rate. Right now, $1 equal to 57.8 pesos. Let's jump straight into our main story. On December 30th, fishermen near San Pascual, Masbate discovered a submarine drone marked HY-119 in the waters of Barangay Iniwaran. They handed it over to the police and authorities confirmed it's a Chinese underwater communication and surveillance device capable of satellite communication and naval operations. The Philippines Navy investigating its origins and purpose. Colonel Xerxes Trinidad of the Armed Forces of the Philippines emphasized the importance of local fisher folks' vigilance and reporting suspicious activities to help protect the nation's maritime domain. Okay, so sometimes this stuff is legal. They are operating within their right to do whatever type of research or whatnot, but a lot of times it is not. So let's go ahead and see and wait for some details, see what China is up to in the waters near the Philippines, the usual type of, tomfoolery. Next up, Japan lowers travel advisory for Mindanao, reflecting improved safety. Japan has reduced its travel warnings for parts of Mindanao, highlighting improved safety in the region, according to the Philippines Department of Tourism. Effective December 19th, areas like the Davao region, Misamis Oriental, and Surigao City were downgraded to level 1, basic caution, while Eastern Sarangani moved from level 3 to level 2, non-essential travel discouraged. Most of the Bangsamoro region remains at level 3, avoid travel. Tourism Secretary Cristina Fresco praised the move as a sign of Mindanao's enhanced security, which aligns with efforts to promote lesser-known destinations. She emphasized the potential boost for tourism, with Japan being the Philippines' third largest source of international visitors. Fresco highlighted key attractions in Davao, Surigao, and northern Mindanao, including cultural experiences, beaches, surfing, diving, and birdwatching. She hopes other nations will follow Japan's example in reassessing their travel advisories for Mindanao region. Great sign, of course, a great move by Japan. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be great, but my point is that it's great to see that Japan is saying that the Mindanao region is safe. They do tend to be one of the more conservative countries, if you want, when it comes to travel advisories, just based on my personal experience in the past and just reading up on this stuff. So that's kind of cool to see. This question is one of those things where a lot of people say, hey, is Mindanao safe to travel? Now, for me personally, I've been to just Davao and Cagayan de Oro, but just for a couple of days each, mainly in the central area. So I didn't feel any, but I didn't feel any kind of like tension or safety concern. Then again, I was nowhere near where some people travel. Some people are very adventurous. They travel for real. They go to their villages, barangays, provinces, all these like remote areas. And that, of course, like any other place in the world, you have to be diligent, and I'll say go ahead and follow your country's advisory. So let me know your thoughts down below. I know a lot of people live in that area that are foreigners, and they have very different experiences than what we saw with, obviously, Elliot Eastman and other incidences way like 10 years ago or longer. So leave your comments down below. Do you live in Mindanao? Share your experiences, your lifestyle, any kind of tips, advice, anything you want to share regarding Mindanao. I'm sure myself and other viewers that might be interested in the region would appreciate it. Next up, let's step away from Asia for a second. New Orleans, what happened there is unbelievable. The U.S. saw 2025 begin with a horrific act after a man drove deliberately at high speed into a crowd of New Year's Eve revelers in New Orleans. 15 have perished and dozens have been wounded. Shamsuddin Jabbar, the 42-year-old Texas man accused of the incident, has served in the Army for 13 years and apparently is a U.S.-born citizen. I wasn't going to go ahead and publish this man's photo, but it's all over the news, so whatever, right? Horrific. And reports say he had a black flag in the back of his truck, associating maybe with ISIS, but let's see what happened, what are the causes, like the reason why this fool did some shit like this. So yeah, my condolences and RIP to all the people that lost their lives. Let's go back to Asia. South Korean police raided Jeju Air offices and Muan International Airport following a crash involving Boeing 737-800 with 179 people perishing. The January 2nd operation targeted possible negligence behind the disaster, where the plane crash landed after a mayday call and struck a barrier. 2 flight attendants were the sole survivors. Investigation by South Korean and U.S. authorities are underway, with black boxes being analyzed. Initial theories include bird strike and landing gear failure, prompting inspections of all Boeing 737-800s in South Korea. Wow, so I had no idea there might be some negligence. I mean, one can assume, but I'm glad the police are taking this very seriously, and they said they want to go ahead and give prompt justice and come to the root cause of the incident. it is a very strange thing. The whole situation was really, really unfortunate after all, and I hope they can go ahead and put an end to this kind of stuff if it was strictly like a negligence from an individual. Next up, in the Philippines, fire monitoring system installed at the Bay Hotel in Mindanao City in Cebu. A high-tech 360-degree CCTV camera called the Fire Watcher has been installed atop Bay Hotel in Mindanao, Cebu City to improve fire detection and response. The Bureau of Fire and Protection launched this initiative in early December using Bay Hotel's, I don't know if it's Bay or Bay, Vantage as the tallest structure in the area. The camera monitors Mindanao City and nearby locations, detecting smoke in real time to validate fire alarms. This system minimizes prank calls and allows firefighters to respond faster. It operates 24/7 and was funded by the Mindanao City government at 300,000 pesos. While the current setup covers broad areas including parts of Cebu City and Lapu-Lapu City, there are no immediate plans to install additional cameras. The BFP aims to enhance fire safety and reduce the impact of incidences with this technology. Amazing. Lots of fires in Cebu. I'm hoping that this goes and reduces some of those incidences. Of course, it's not going to be 100% accurate. There's going to be a lot of fires where they cannot see the smoke probably given that 360 camera, but any step towards reducing fires in the Philippines, in Cebu, and anywhere in the world is welcome by myself, and I'm sure you guys and whoever's living in that region. Who knows, maybe more cameras will be installed in the future. Next up, in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, a Japanese tourist caused a stir in Chiang Mai after being stopped from releasing a sky lantern in a prohibited area. Despite initial resistance, the situation was resolved peacefully by a calm and professional officer who explained the safety risks, and this dude got 10,000 bahts, or over 300 bucks, for his calm composure from his police station. Honestly, if some dude did that to me as a police officer, I don't know if I had the restraint knowing I have full authority and the rights to defend myself essentially and do it. Come on, man. You can't grab somebody like that as a tourist in my own country. Try doing that in the US. I wonder what happens if some tourist goes to the US and grabs a police officer by the neck like that. Yeah, good on this guy for having the discipline to keep his composure. Not a lot of us will be able to go ahead and just let that go and let that slide. And here's like a little bit of his apology. The Japanese dude was obviously not happy with his own actions afterwards, but I think still a bit lenient. The Japanese guy was fined 3,000 baht, so under 100 bucks. Let me know. What do you guys think? Do you guys praise the police officer for having the composure to be so calm? Do you guys think this dude should be deported and kicked out, blacklisted immediately, even serve prison time? I'm surprised this dude walked away from that incident because, yeah, let's not get into that more and more. But big ups to this police officer for keeping calm and letting this guy vent, get his frustration out. Next up, in some quick entertainment news, Netflix has announced that the highly anticipated third and final season of the hit Korean series Squid Game will premiere later this year. Spoiler alert, maybe not even really. Season 2, I watched it, garbage. What's going on? They just cut that right in the middle of the season. I felt like they obviously filmed the whole thing in one go and like yeah, let's make this into 2 seasons. They try to milk both, 1, 2, and 3 seasons. Bangkok actually had the biggest promotion, I think, of the Squid Game. They had the whole thing like with the boat and the big doll, and there was like jet skis with the, So yeah, anyway, so the point is, let me know if you watch Squid Games. I was a huge fan of the original series, the first one, obviously, first season, because there was something very new, right? There was a lot of stake. You got a good feeling of the characters. Of course, the games themselves were entertaining, and it was some kind of like a new concept, right? It wasn't really done before. But now, once you know all that stuff, you already seen some of the games. I don't know. I was really disappointed with this season. Not to mention the whole trans thing going on. If you guys saw the whole series, what's up with that, man? Like, come on, what's going on? They pissed off both sides. So both sides of the aisle, when it comes to that, were pissed off because they didn't even like get like a regular or real trans person to play that role. It was a dude pretend to be a woman in that show, so they pissed off the real community of the HDTV people. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen Squid Game? And leave your comments down below. And now it's time for our segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. D. Zambahala says, Happy New Year, Alex. I believe you will hit 10,000 in early 2025. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Sinful says, most likely smoking in the bed and fell asleep and passed out. That's regarding that big hotel fire, but there was nobody in that room, so I doubt that's the case. Unless they fell asleep, the fire started and they ran out, which is cowardly to me. Scott says, keep it going. You are very popular with the world. It is also a quick stage of news broadcast that keeps me informed. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching these videos. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.